Two lies and a truth.
Yeah, that's what this is for. What would it look like for you to, quote, ruin your life? What would you do?
What would I do to ruin my life?
Yeah. What would it look like if you decided to ruin your own life?
I'd shoot a politician.
That's not a bad one. You could burn. I could see myself like burning
Ruining
down my
my own
house, then
life.
like going to Cancun and just like burning all my money.
What would it take for me to ruin my own life?
What would it look like? What does it
leaving Las Vegas.
cinematically look like?
Leaving Las Vegas is what it looks like.
The cinematic me ruining my own life would be if my wife got like murdered or something like that, and I would just go on an absolute psychotic killing spree.
Yeah, you'd be
like I would
taken.
stop killing when I was killed.
Yeah,
Like I would like
Eric becomes the Punisher.
more or less.
Yeah.
Like I would just delete people until
Starting with me.
Yeah. There's
Well,
so
I've
much
said
more.
this on
and
the
people who
podcast
look
before.
like me.
Like if you
All
were
of
to,
them.
if you hurt my loved ones,
Are you the one that killed his wife?
yeah, like if you are, then yeah, absolutely, you're dead.
And
but,
everybody that looks like him. Yours is way more cinematic than Al's. Al's would just be like him going into his apartment, the front door shutting, and then nothing happens for 3 hours. It'd just be a shot of like the front of his apartment. You might hear like the pop of a gunshot from inside.
Like at exactly 2 minutes,
Yeah.
59
I
or
don't
2
have
hours.
a gun in my home.
Yeah, no, at 2 hours, 59
it's
minutes.
just the sound of a
and, like,
chair falling over.
50 seconds,
I have, like,
56
14
seconds.
guns,
you
so
hear the.
Yeah, that's it. And then nothing happened. Maybe somebody just walks past his front door at some point.
so Al's cinematic life ruining moment is just a quiet suicide.
Yeah, that's right.
That's so sad. Why?
I'm a sad person.
I don't know
I'm
if
sorry.
you've heard much about Al's like home life. Al, what is your average day when
Oh,
you're
can
not?
I just say it?
Yeah, you lived with him.
Al gets home.
Mhm.
He brings in his like.
I like how excited he is to talk about this.
Because he's
Wait for him to
I
say
wanted
something
be judged.
wildly
I wanted to be
racist.
judged for it.
Oh.
I'm gonna
I'll be
listen to you,
realistic.
but I'm gonna watch Al's face.
Yeah, yeah.
Al gets home and he either has a meal he bought at fast food or
Sure.
he has a like quick to prep meal.
Okay.
He gets that. And
Wait, no. Welcome to the
Something-
Anything Cast. I'm Patrick.
I'm Eric.
And I'm the chronicler of Al's life will.
Okay.
I'm Al.
I can't look at him. He's giving me the withering gaze so hard.
Continue. I'm sorry. Continue.
So Al gets home. He either has a fast food meal or a meal ready to eat. Not like an MRE, but like
Yeah, like something you pop in the microwave or the oven that you
an
just put on a tray.
Al eating an MRE.
and
would
so
be
like
sad.
he takes it. He goes to at least when he was living with me, he goes to his bed because he has a TV near like at the foot of it,
Okay.
and then he either watches Glee or he plays an X-Men or like the Avengers game.
The Avengers
Oh.
game.
Yeah,
Wait. Like the one Marvel Ultimate Alliance?
yeah.
Oh, I loved that game. That game was so cool.
Am I close to like what you do now?
What's
the TVs? Okay, so when I get off of work, it's usually like 8 in the morning, and you are correct. I do have some food with me, some sort of food,
Like a
either
Hungry Man
something that I'm
meal or
like something like that. It's really quick
McDonald's.
and really easy because I'm like, okay, I don't want to do shit. I can't cook. I'm not finna waste time trying. Blah blah blah. And so
More
I
dishes.
will put it, but I now have one of those all-American TV, like all-American little table things that I can like, put my
Tray.
little food
Oh,
on.
tray.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah,
Until I can be proper, because I never got like a dining room table because I'm like, I don't fucking cook, so why would I need one?
You're not gonna have me and Kira over to your apartment to eat dinner for Thanksgiving?
That's
No.
why he comes here.
Yeah. Well, my plans
For
are ruined.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
For Thanksgiving, I'm here. I do put on something like really short, whatever. This is long enough for me to make my stuff, eat it or whatever. The TV used to be in my room at one point. At one point, I moved everything all in my room because I was like, I don't ever leave from here. So
Then
why
what
would I
did your
need
living
anything
room look like?
It's
empty?
bare.
Yeah, just a bear.
It was empty. And then I was like, I should probably put stuff in there. So
One
I
day
put
he
it
got
back.
home, he looked at the living room and went, "This is sad. I look sad."
Do you live alone? Okay.
I was
'cause
pretty
lived
sure like
alone.
my
Well, only him and the
a
demons.
sibling or somebody came in and they were like, this is it. And I was like,
This is sad.
yeah.
You gotta put like a poster up here or something.
I mean,
I don't even
Just
have
one
posters because
poster.
the man
they're like
likes to
all
live
under my table. Like I have like a table with like a little shelf on it, and I have a bunch of posters there that I'm like, I should put these up. But then I'm like, I get home, like I can do something better and go to sleep.
Yes.
So I'll do that.
My
Or-
man just likes to live a Spartan lifestyle. There's nothing wrong with that.
One
I mean,
pinup
no one said
poster,
it was wrong
one
with
like
it.
Playboy pinup poster is what
but
you
now
need
I
in your
have
living room.
photos of families and friends. So
Yes.
Okay, it's got a little homier
it's got
now.
some little things, but
Little
it's really
touches.
not like I don't even have curtains because I don't care enough to get anything. Because I'm like, why?
I have black curtains because I hate the sun.
Why you gotta point out the color of those curtains?
Because they block sun better.
Yeah.
That's just how color works.
Why are they not? Why no white curtains, Eric? Why
Okay.
no white
Get
curtains?
this odd feeling that you guys are like compensating or superimposing some other thought in the back of your head onto what this is. I'm talking about like,
Yeah.
doing what he's
What
talking
color
about. Like
curtains
sleeping
do
during
you
the
have,
day.
Al?
I don't have any.
He doesn't have any. He
See?
just said so. That's what sparked this conversation.
Exactly. So why black curtains, Eric? He doesn't even have curtains.
Why are you discriminating against these curtains so hard? You got a serious issue with black curtains for some
I
reason.
don't like the way you said black.
See,
Why the hard
well,
B?
unlike
hard
some
L?
people who just have white curtains in their house,
Why'd you?
I have different colored curtains in my house. I let all sorts of curtains into my house.
No. I'll defend Patrick here. He has a minority of blackout curtains.
Yeah.
So I mean, he's DEI.
When you lived here, you had a blackout curtain. I remember that.
Yeah, there was a big curtain.
Yeah, you had a big curtain in front of the window
But
next
it
to your bed
wasn't
'cause you
mine.
don't like sleeping
I
next
mean,
to the
Yeah,
the
to the window. Yeah, like
Again,
my bed's like not.
Tell
near the
Eric
door.
why you don't like sleeping next to the window. Tell him. Do it. Yeah, come on. Come on. Divulge all of your secrets.
I'm gonna be honest.
Live on
I
the
have
show.
a
Like,
thing
there's a-
about aliens, and that's like one of my like biggest fears is to like get abducted, and so like my bed's like catty cornered, not near a door, not near a window, but like right on like kind of like a corner like this, but the window isn't that close. The windows are like all down here.
Okay. Well, to be completely honest, I mean, while I'm not going to sit here and tell you that that's a 100% rational fear,
It is.
I will say that that is nowhere near the craziest reasoning I've ever heard for how one positions a bed.
What's
If
the
that
crazy?
makes you
Wait, then what
comfortable.
is?
Now, what is the craziest reason?
You got one in your head, big guy? It sounds like you got. It sounds like
Why'd
you
your
got something
voice
else.
crack?
Because we've been talking for 3 hours.
Honestly, I mean, I know people who like very specifically set up their bed to where like, they like attack intruders and stuff like that. And, like,
See, I used to
Have,
have a
like-
knife by my bed too.
I mean,
that
I
was
have a
'cause I
shotgun.
was like, if
Me
the
too,
aliens
shotgun
got me,
gang.
I was gonna stab
But
them.
again,
but-
Yes.
yeah, I mean, that's again reasonable. I mean,
Within the irrationality, yeah, that's very reasonable.
Will has a
thought.
shotgun. I have a shotgun. Eric has a shotgun. You have a knife. What does that say?
I
about
don't
you?
have it anymore though,
Oh, you got rid of it?
because
The
I
aliens
would like
got
wake
it.
up
The
and like,
aliens took it.
I'll buy you a shotgun. Shit.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's what. Yes, we need to buy you a shotgun to put.
I mean,
next to
just
your
give a
bed.
nice
No, his
little
apartment's a
single shot.
shotgun-free apartment.
I'd
Oh,
wake
okay.
up startled and I'd like slam my hand to the side or whatever, and like my knife would be there, and so I would like nick myself or something. So I
Oh my
stopped
God,
putting it over
really?
there.
That sucks.
Yeah,
I
it
used-
also sucked when you like put it like straight up like this at night.
I have two
That way
swords.
he's just- Grab it
He's just holding it straight up.
Well, it's on like a stand. Like he's got to like grab it quick. Like
Please
this.
tell me he had this when you were living with him.
Okay, I really can't talk too much. I
It was
guess
bedroom
I
knife?
have,
I don't think so.
I have
No.
a spear, 2 swords, a double-barreled shotgun.
I know, Eric. Don't go off.
3
on,
knives and 8
Go
pistols
off,
by my
Queen.
bed. So
Go off.
And now, to be completely fair,
When I was living with
You've
Al-
also
8
got 7
pistols-
dogs.
Yeah, 5. But no, the 8 pistols by my bed isn't necessarily me positioning 8 pistols by my bed. It's just there's 2 gun racks,
He
and I
jacks
just
off to
set
the
them.
pistols.
Yeah, that's what those
He's
are there
gotta-
for.
I
He's
set
gotta
the
be able to get
pistols
them
on
out.
the bottom shelf of the gun racks. So they're just gonna be there regardless.
Hey, which would you take?
What? No, hold on. What else happens in your day? Al?
Like, like
'Cause
I
we
wake
haven't
up with
finished.
these, like on me, from where I would like scratch myself in my sleep from
That's
like
just
jerking.
hot. I don't.
Were you
I
just
don't-
leaving like an open kitchen knife just
No,
sitting
it's
there?
just like that would be just for my nails.
oh,
From when I just wake up, because I would think that like something was getting me, and I
and
would
you
like scratch myself.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair.
And so, other than that, like, I do like the normal stuff, like shower and do all that kind of stuff. And then depends on if it's my work week or not. If it's my off week, then I lose track of real time. And sometimes
Yeah.
I'll just be sitting there looking at the walls. And then I'll be like, oh yeah, it's like Tuesday. I should probably do something. It's
Tuesday at 2
Yeah, it's just
a.m.
like, I
and
guess I'm
like
gonna
talk
do
to
my-
other people, because I'll like call my best friend and I'll be sounding like hoarse, like I haven't talked to any living person. And I'm like, what have I been doing for like days? And she'll ask me and I'll be like, I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
I might
what
have
the
been
fuck
playing
is
the
social
game. I might have been doing something.
Went into a fugue state,
Hmm?
stared at the wall for 17 hours.
Life be like that, though. I mean,
And then I got on medicine, and then I stopped taking medicine.
How was the medicine going?
It was going all right,
Is
but it was weird side effects. It made my dreams worse, and so I took it, stopped it, and I was like, I don't like this. And then one time I thought I was taking medicine for like a year, and then my doctor was like, "You haven't been here in a year," and I was like, "Oh,
that's an issue.
well,
Was it
that's
the
life."
medication doing that, or was it
No,
the
that
lack
was
of
me
medication?
not taking the
yeah, it's
medicine.
the lack of medication.
Yeah, you're
But
not
like
taking
in my head,
medicine.
I was like, "Hell yeah, I'm taking this shit regularly."
yeah.
Every day when I go to lunch at work or whatever at 3 a.m., I'm popping this pill and I'm
How crazy it would be if, like,
What were
after
you
that
taking
year,
that whole
after that
time?
doctor's
Like,
visit, you got
what?
to lunch and you sat down and your coworker's like, "Where's that pill you took? Don't you have to take your medicine?" Wouldn't that be the
They
strange
hand you
thing?
It'd be so fucking weird. Just
hand
like,
you like
yeah,
a-
you take medicine every day, but the doctor's just like, I haven't seen you in over a year. It's just like,
I don't know.
what have I been doing? Like, what,
thinking that I was taking
my
medicine.
pill, like, what was I putting in my mouth? What happened?
rewind the tape. Al's just putting like a live cockroach in his mouth.
Oh God, no!
Yeah, these pills taste worse and worse every time.
Every day, every day, they get harder and harder to find. Got to flip up all the
They did
seats
that in
and-
the Aquaman 2 movie.
Did they?
They had him
Yeah.
eat a cockroach.
He ate like a roach. Cause like the other guy was like, "This is my brother. He's never been to the sea. This is a delicacy."
They were
he's
doing
never
some
been to the
roaches
top.
open on the Aquaman movie.
Sure.
So wait, you watch? You don't watch
Will,
DC stuff,
what?
but you watch the Aquaman movies.
Like I never watched the. I didn't watch the shows or whatever, but I watched because Jason Momoa's hot.
that's fair.
But
He
like,
is.
That's a good one. Okay, that, as far as reasons go, that one's pretty.
and I
straightforward.
like that one, and like I just didn't care for
And he's
Batman and
dripping
like all
wet
that.
with
Yeah.
his rippling muscles the whole time. Yeah, that's fair.
Yes.
I mean,
Also,
the
he
clothes they're
wear-
going to put him in are going
He
to be
looks like he's
flattering.
wearing eyeliner naturally. Like
Yeah.
he's one of those guys. That's always. I wish I looked like that. I wish I looked like I was naturally wearing eyeliner.
Yeah, he is a Pacific
Darting his bag
Islander
is a
god
little
of a
bit in the
man. He is just like
Eric,
much
you
like
wish
The
you looked
Rock.
like
It's just
Jason
like he just.
Momoa.
I mean, it wouldn't hurt my feelings. I mean, I don't ever plan on leaving my wife, and my wife likes me just the way I am.
But
So
would your
I'm good
wife
with that.
would your wife like you better if you were Jason Momoa?
I'm sure it wouldn't hurt her feelings either, to be completely honest.
You sure?
So I think
don't know.
I think you'd get 2 votes for yes on me just morphing into.
Why don't
Jason
you call
Momoa.
her? Ask
I
her
mean,
live on the show.
I think she's
Dial
busy
your-
right now. She's doing a whole thing.
Let me call her.
She's doing something.
Hold on. Who can I call and ask if it would make them feel better if I look like Jason Momoa?
Your wife?
Yeah,
You're married
ask,
too.
Ask your wife.
Like I'm not
Ask
the only
my wife. My wife is so mad right now at the video game. I do not.
She'll
It'd be-
probably cuss you out.
She's so.
Come in here and
she's
flip
so-
this table.
What's
Yeah,
she
over.
playing?
she's so mad.
What's she playing?
She's playing Bloodstained.
What's that?
Wait,
about?
it's the
That sounds
Symphony of the
familiar.
Night game that was like not Symphony of the Night. You
Oh
know?
right, that's the one the dude made.
Yeah, until
after
last
they-
night, she thought that the shitpost NES version of that game was the real game, and she was mad about it.
Oh.
And I was like, no, that's just the one that they sold for like $2 to promote the actual game. That's
Yeah.
not the game.
I mean, that one's just a fun little Easter egg.
I wonder
basically.
how many people bought that, thought, well, fuck this guy. I thought he was making like a good game, and then never bought the real game.
people who don't pay attention. I mean, it's pretty common.
Yeah, exactly. I wonder if they really shot themselves in the foot from a marketing standpoint by making 2 games with the same name.
I mean, I don't remember it getting a lot of bad press.
What was that Mega Man guy?
Mighty
Mighty
Number
Number
9.
Nine.
Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
Aaron being super disappointed about that.
That thing
Eric?
was like
Aaron.
Aaron.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that
Why'd you
game
say
was
that so
like hot
disappointed?
garbage, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, that game
Yeah.
sucked. That
Yeah,
game
like
not
this was
good.
during the same era when we were getting a lot of those like crowdfunded stuff, and like you kept getting like 2 stinkers to every 1 ukulele or whatever,
Yeah.
and it was
I
just
thought
like
ukulele was a stinker.
No,
no, I
ukulele
heard that one
fine.
was like 6.5
out of
7, kinda
context, though. 2 stinkers to every ukulele. Somebody's going, what the fuck is he talking about?
like, and that's what I'm saying is ukulele isn't like a massive, oh my god, this was so good. I'm saying you get 2 like sopping wet turds, and then you get something like playable and cheeky like ukulele.
Yeah.
And you know,
Ukulele's fine. It's got like good controls and stuff. It's fun enough. It's like Hat
Yeah.
in Time, you know? Did you play Hat in Time? You just seen the
Sorry,
porn.
I
Yeah, I
had to-
understand.
I had to yawn. No, I don't think I've played Hat in Time.
Yeah, like I said, you've only seen the porn. I understand.
Hope you're not looking up too much Hat in Time porn. That chick
What
looks
is-
very young.
What is Hat in Time? I don't even want to talk about it now. Fuck that. What would you take? The perfect stick or the perfect rock?
Go ahead,
Like-
but please draw a picture of Will with the girl from Hat in Time
Don't.
holding hands.
Okay, if it's wholesome.
Wholesome.
Yeah,
Yes.
they're doing nothing but sitting there holding hands. That's it. We'll put that in the next episode. It's wholesome.
What would
They're
you
sweet.
take? The perfect stick or the perfect
Yeah.
skipping rock?
Just for
Perfect stick, dude.
Yeah. I mean, just be clear what he was just accusing you of.
Will
Will just looked at the
turned to look
picture
at
and
me.
he's just like he's just looking from the picture to Will, yeah, or from the picture to Patrick.
Just
He's
trying
like,
to turn me into
what
Bosch.
the fuck?
Yeah, dude. There's no horses.
That's the chick from A Hat in Time.
All right,
Yeah.
Jimmy,
Do you know about
Patrick
the
is,
Bosch thing, Al? There was some
yeah.
guy who's like a
That's the
leftist
chick on the top
guy
there with
who
the
talks
top
on YouTube
hat.
or something.
There are animals in it. Vosh would like it.
That's true.
Oh yeah, there are. There's a big chicken man back there. I'm sure there's a horse person in there.
He was live streaming, and then he had a folder that was like labeled what?
Like-
Lollies and horses?
No, the folder was labeled like documents and tax info or something, which it had like some of those off to the side, and then you saw pictures of like tiny lolly goblin girls getting slammed by full-sized horses.
Nice.
Interesting.
The leftist agenda, folks. They're trying to make goblin asses less fat.
Yeah.
You can't have that.
His argument was it's not a little girl, it's a goblin, a little short stack. You know,
Yeah.
technically this is not child porn.
Well, it is. If it was thick ass,
it's kind
short
of
I heard
stack-
it was lollies.
It's
I didn't
kind
hear
of
it
the
was goblins.
1,000-year-old wizard argument against, like, no, she's not a little girl. She's a 10,000-year-old dragon with the body of a 5-year-old girl.
Yeah. It's going to depend
So-
heavily on how
as
that
long as they're
goblin
like
was
your,
drawn.
as long as they're like tall enough to be like your wife's size, though, then it's fine.
I mean, I guess. I mean, a lot
If
of
it's
this,
your wife,
especially
but
in the-
she's green,
It's going to depend on how it's drawn. That's what
I
it's
mean,
going to
yeah,
be.
like it since we're in the fantasy world of animation, like you can draw whatever and then just say it's this.
and we can,
And-
like Will with the girl from Hat in Time,
That's why,
and
you
we
know,
will.
lolly hentai
Goyaba.
like doesn't suffer from the same pitfalls as like true child pornography, because I think the biggest step and the reason why it hasn't truly been killed yet is just because it can quote unquote be done victimlessly.
It makes money. That's the
hold
and
reason.
it makes money.
Eric, hold
yes.
up my foot,
No.
please.
The fuck?
Oh,
What?
Thank you.
There you go.
It's so
What am I
hot
doing here?
It
Why
is.
am I holding up
so
your foot?
hot because it's hot.
What do you
We're
mean? Why are
burning
you
up,
holding
dude.
up my... What are
yeah,
you
put
doing?
it back down. I mean, why?
I now
What does that have to do with
understand
heat?
why every fucking podcast
My
has.
feet feel heavy. What do you mean?
You
Put them on the ground. That's what the ground's for.
I'm fighting gravity here, man.
You haven't fucking hung out with Will enough to know that Will's big thing about like 2 years ago was just walking up to people and then asking them to do something innocuous just to see if they would do it because he
No,
loves
it's a-
social engineering people.
It's
He
a,
would just
it's a bonding thing.
the bonding thing. My ass. Tell him what you would do to poor Reed.
I wouldn't do anything to Reed.
Yes, you would.
Mhm. Sounds like Patrick has a specific example.
He'd
in mind
walk
here.
up and just be like, he'd just walk up to you and then do this.
And then, of course, this happens.
Yeah, and then you just take it and then he'd just sit there and stare at you and then smile. That's all he'd do. He'd do that repeatedly to Reed.
No, that was Aaron.
What? No, you did that shit to Reed all the
Oh,
time.
it's true. Aaron and Reed, I guess.
You did it to everyone. You tried to do it to me. You'd pick up a
Okay,
coin
well,
or
let me-
something out of
let
your
me-
pocket and you just give it to me while we're driving down the road.
Like
Well,
a
let me explain
5-year-old
it.
just picking shit up off the ground.
Exactly,
And
yeah,
handing
it was
to
like
the
a
no,
little
dog
let me
or
kid.
something.
explain it. Let me explain it.
Yes.
So
He read it in a book.
No, I saw a video online,
Okay.
and
Everyone knows
so-
Will can't read.
Yeah, exactly.
And so the way it goes is because we evolved to be because we're pack animals, basically.
Mm-hmm. We're social creatures.
The idea is like if you're handing something to someone and they're not paying attention, like if you're in the middle of the conversation or
Mm-hmm.
like you're walking somewhere and you just randomly hand them something,
They
then
usually reach out and take it.
their instinct is generally to take whatever you hand them because it's just like instinct overrides. Oh, this is something important, or they wouldn't be handing it to me.
Mm.
Yeah, I would like probably.
So
if
my
you were to-
favorite thing was to hand like trash to somebody and to trigger that little instinct.
Sorry, that just reminds me of my big gay manager at the liquor store I worked at. It was just
How big was he?
he was
Was
like
it
a
big
good
gay
like
liquor
Wait,
store?
was big describing gay or was it an adjective for the man?
all of the above.
Okay.
He was
so
like
he was very flamboyant.
he was like 4 or so inches taller than me, so he was very tall,
okay.
and he was also very thick.
Okay.
Like he's broad-shouldered, but also a little fat.
okay.
So he was just a very big man.
Okay. And was he big gay?
He was, after you thought about it for a minute, noticeably gay.
Okay.
But like
That's not that big gay.
not so gay that you were.
He's not like a big hard gay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he wasn't farting rainbows as he jumped into the room, or as he pranced into the room, or something
Yeah.
like that.
He
Like,
wasn't,
super
he wasn't
duper
that dude from the
stereotype or
convention.
anything. You
The
know.
guy from the
Tracy
convention.
or whatever his name was.
Oh yeah, Tracy. Yeah, he's not Tracy. Tracy's noticeably gay. Like the
Tracy
moment you
is
talk to him.
that.
I just
Yes.
remembered he always just hated the liquor truck delivery guys. And there were these 2 scraggly white dudes who were rude. And I just remember one time I had like some crumpled pieces of paper that I'd pulled off some boxes. And I threw them down the hallway. I said, "Hey, look, the truckers are here already." And he's like, "What?" I said, "Oh, sorry, that's just a piece of white trash." I said, "My bad, I can't tell the difference."
So the
That made him
other
laugh a
thing
lot.
about getting someone to do something small for you, like say Eric holding up my foot, even though that's more of a joke.
It is not. You would do that kind of shit to people too. Another thing you would do would just
No,
be
I
sitting
mean-
at your desk and then be like, "Hey," and then somebody would be like, "What?" And you'd be like, "Can you do me a favor?"
Oh, yeah,
And it would be
let me
something
explain it.
innocuous like get a soda from the refrigerator, give it to you. You just came off as lazy.
Yes, but like and you will. But the idea behind it is because people come to think that you rely on them. They like you more.
So you're
Kind of like something
manipulating
helpless. that,
Life is
like,
a
You're
manipulation.
emotionally manipulating people.
So you're
But
doing that
you're-
thing like a cat
you're-
where you
you're
try to come
building-
across as helpless as possible.
You're building a bond with somebody. That's what it is.
This is just like earlier when he was telling me before we started the podcast that he likes to just randomly come up to people and knock small, unimportant items out of their hands. I was just like, bro,
Yeah,
you're
you
a
wanna know
I
cat.
how I
swear
do
to
that?
God, he is like the real. That
He's a
we
cat.
did really well getting him like a character that is like a really tiny green little goblin.
He's like a cat. He just wanders around knocking shit off of
That
tables.
if that character was
Making
walking around
people
my
feed
house,
him.
yeah, that character was walking around my house was like, "Hey, can you get me a soda from the refrigerator?" I'd be like, "Oh, look at the little guy." And the soda would be like the size of your head.
You know how I
You ever do this shit to you, Al?
No.
Thank God. See, why do you do it to Al?
Because Al gives the vibes off because I know he won't do it.
Is that true,
Didn't even
Al?
try.
Yes.
Okay.
He's like, oh, take me
Al,
right on
Al
that.
channels his inner Gee and like he
That's-
gives me the vibes.
That's very like sibling coded.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like they did- like my siblings, they would like cry and do like all this kind of stuff, and I'd still be like, I don't care. No.
Yeah, Al has
like, nah.
has the I'm not dealing with your shit attitude for sure. Eric, you never answered the question: the perfect stick or the perfect rock?
Oh, the perfect stick.
Yeah, perfect stick all day.
Yeah.
Like no one picks perfect rock because that
People who
implies
like
the need for
lakes.
a lake.
Well,
Yeah,
Kane
people
did.
who like lakes pick
It's
the
true.
perfect rock.
Kane did.
Kane did.
I'm not saying he didn't regret that decision, but he did pick it.
David and Goliath. I mean, there's a
yeah,
lot
he
of
picked
rock.
up the perfect rock.
There's a lot of
That
perfect
worked out
All
rock.
really
right, we
well
got
for
some
him.
rock representation.
Honestly-
I'm not saying there's no good reason to pick up the perfect rock. I'm just saying my preference is the perfect stick, and I think most people would.
There's a lot of like perfect rock stuff in religion.
Mm-hmm.
There's Mecca. That's just a rock
just
in
a
a
rock.
box.
What's that big cube made of?
It's
Rock.
It's a rock.
Well, what kind?
Like granite.
It's a fucking meteorite.
Actually,
or
yeah, it's a
something.
meteorite, so it's probably mostly iron.
What? It's a meteor?
Yeah.
Yeah. You've never seen that? So
No.
like it's a big
The
box.
dome of the rock in Mecca.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a big cube.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a big cube, and then
Did it
in
fall
that
like
big
that? Was it a
cube
big
is a
cube when it came
giant
down
like
out here?
piece of a meteor.
Oh, okay.
And then people like pray to that piece of the meteor because it's
Why?
like a holy relic.
Why is it holy?
Because it fell from the fucking heavens and
Because
something,
Muhammad
something
said-
Muhammad
yeah.
said it would.
Yeah, Muhammad said like asked for it to happen, and then it happened or something.
Oh, okay.
So he
it's
asked for a meteor, and then the meteor
Basically
happened.
a sign directly from God.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah. So,
So,
and you can like touch
yeah.
it and stuff, and it's radioactive, and then like you'll get like cancer and stuff.
You get
It's a
super Islam?
physically witnessable miracle.
Yeah.
As far as the Islamic community is concerned.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, you know,
If you touch it, you will get cancer. That's
that
pretty much
part's
that's
not
about as
true,
close.
but
that is true. That is true. Look
millions of Muslims touch that thing all the time.
No,
and
it's
they do
behind
not-
it's behind a thing that keeps the radiation
Yeah,
off
the-
of you.
the lead-
It's
the lead.
radiated. It's actually irradiated.
not sure. Even if it was when it fell from the sky, the
Why are you?
half-life would be
They
way
made
over
an
by
entire
now.
comic book series about it.
A comic book series about the irradiated rock inside the Dome of the Rock
Yeah,
inside
Super
Mecca.
Muhammad.
That
Super
fucking X-Men dude.
You're thinking of the Inhumans. Carriage and
you're
Mist,
right. Yeah,
you know,
you're right. I'm
all
sorry.
that.
I'm sorry.
You idiot. You absolute
Yeah,
buffoon.
I get them. I get them mixed up.
Sorry,
dude.
channeling my inner Penguin
Hey,
Zero
now
there.
that Iran, or Iran, or whatever it's called,
And I
Where'd you run,
dude? I ran so
To the Middle
far
East, dude.
away.
Hell yeah.
since they like shot all those missiles at Israel, and Israel then like said they were gonna respond, are we gonna put boots on the ground in the Middle East?
Again.
Yeah,
Again?
is America going to the Middle East again?
Are we
Probably-
not still in somewhere over there right now?
Oh, dude, we
We're
have
everywhere,
the.
dude.
Yeah, we're
I mean,
everywhere.
like,
I mean, in large
only,
numbers,
The
though.
only country we're not in right now is Afghanistan because we very publicly left.
I mean,
Like, that was
are we
it,
gonna
though.
send like a lot of dudes there?
Hell yeah, dude.
Maybe.
The draft is coming.
It just
We're gonna
I don't
fight-
think we'll be
die
drafted.
for
I
Israel.
don't think we'll be drafted.
Die for Israel, Will.
Maybe
you know
if
you
like,
want to.
maybe
No,
if
thank
Russia starts actually trying to go to war with us, we'll be drafted.
Yeah, I feel like the Israel-Palestine thing is really
But even then,
shitty,
like,
but
so many
not
Russians
something that's
died to
my
shitty tactics.
business.
so many Russians died of shitty tactics. I'm almost like I don't even know if we'll need a draft to beat the Russians.
I mean, that's because they're in a war they don't care about. Like, none of the actual Russian soldiers are into it, so morale is incredibly low. So they're just not paying attention, and then like little Ukrainian peasant boys are sticking fucking grenades in their tank tracks, and they're getting owned because they don't care.
Nico
no one's
Avocado
passionate
is over
about what
there
they're
sticking
doing.
grenades and tank treads, dude.
No one is passionate about what they're doing over there
Oh,
except
you
the
can stick a grenade
Ukrainians
in
and
me,
the
you know what I'm
Russians just
saying?
trying not to get shot by Ukrainians.
I'm imagining Nico Avocado on the front lines of the Ukraine war, just fat as shit. Just,
I mean, make a pretty good bullet sponge for a while. I mean,
they've
we're
got him
mostly
like
water.
packed up
and
like a sandbag.
water is really good at stopping bullets, and he's got a lot of thickness to him. So
Oh,
I mean,
hell yeah, dude.
Oh, dude,
You could
know
strap
what'd
him
be
to
a
the front of the tank, but the tank wouldn't
metal
move right.
torture technique?
What's that?
What if you took your prisoners and you took them and you tied them to the front of a sandbag,
Mm-hmm.
and so that way when like the enemy comes and like tries to fight you,
They have to shoot through their own men.
into your
I
sandbags.
think that's a ethics issue.
I mean, yeah, of
that's
course,
not-
of course.
Is that torture? You wouldn't live
that
long
would be
enough to
cruel
be
and
tortured
unusual.
I
by
mean,
it.
it's psychological torture, isn't it?
Sure.
Very much so.
guess.
You have to shoot through your own comrades to get to the end.
Well, I mean, not to mention the guy tied there.
yeah. Oh, well, he's fucked.
Yeah, he's. I mean, like,
I mean,
the other
at
people would be
very
the ones getting
least,
tortured. He would just be dead.
I would like break his legs or cut his feet off or something so that they couldn't, on the off chance we lose, retrieve the guy.
Yeah.
You know, like you got to make him worthless as a soldier.
Oh, of course, blind him.
You know, that's why the the ancient things where it's like flipping people off, biting your thumb at them, throwing up deuces backwards, like things like that. Those were all war things from like archers and stuff. Because what you would do is you would capture the enemy and then ransom them back, but you would send them back with like only 3 fingers on each hand, so they couldn't like hold swords and shoot bows and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, you know, that way you get profit, but they don't get a soldier back. Mm-hmm. So then that's where you got all these things where you would flash your fingers, your important fingers for drawing bows and holding swords at the enemy, like, hey, still got him. Fuck you.
Okay. Yakuza
you know-
does the thing where they cut the pinky because if you without your pinky you can't hold a sword properly.
With
Yes.
uh,
Similar idea.
with the Byzantines. I can't remember who they were fighting, but they were losing for a while, and then they caught a lucky break and managed to ambush whoever it was, and basically they took all the prisoners and they blinded them and sent them back, and that instantly ended the war because the king of whoever they were fighting basically had to shift his entire economy to taking care of blind people.
Jesus Christ.
That's how many people they blinded.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the whole thing. That's why we use the kind of bullets that we use in warfare a lot. Like, you know, there's 2 kinds of bullets that you'll see more commonly is
Full metal jacket
full metal
or
jackets
hollow
and
point.
hollow points,
Yeah.
right? And while hollow points are better for causing damage to flesh targets, we don't use them in warfare because it's actually better to injure a guy and cause 1 or 2 other men to have to pull that guy off the field, because then you've effectively eliminated 3 soldiers by injuring 1. Because now those 2 guys have to take care of that guy and get him out of there, And so now their defensive capabilities are a lot less than if the guy just dropped dead.
Funnily enough, that was a big thing in the Civil War too.
Mm-hmm.
Was when someone got shot, a lot of the soldiers would actually like rush to try to. They had a problem where too many soldiers would rush trying to help somebody, and so like you'd have one guy get shot, and then 6 other soldiers would take them back to the medical field.
What, like in a
And
situation?
some
They
of
probably
them-
wanted out of there.
Yeah,
Oh,
some
yeah,
of
no,
them
of
were
course,
just
of
trying
course.
to get the fuck off.
Yeah,
the
they're
lines.
like, they're
But,
like, damn,
of
I got
course,
something
when
else to do.
like, imagine you're like the colonel and you're watching this, and you're like, no, you can't do this.
Yeah.
It's like, no, 4 of you go back right now and
Yeah.
keep getting shot at and shooting at those guys.
Dude,
Yeah.
line warfare would have been so fucking scary. Fuck that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta admit, I vastly prefer our peekaboo tactics nowadays, where
Yeah.
we're constantly behind like 10 different kinds of cover, and we started
Yeah,
using
and we send
armor
drones
again.
out above you to drop a grenade on your head.
Yeah, I mean, quite frankly, I'm fine with robots doing a lot of my fighting.
I would rather get shot by a missile or a mortal or something, and then
What
Mordor,
kind of-
a Mordor,
if you had to
Mordor,
die-
Mordor.
in a war, what way in a war would you want to die?
Blow up.
Blow up.
Yeah, instant. I want everything to go really quickly. That's just the quickest death.
I
is
think
the best
sniper shot maybe, like to the head.
death. See, here's the thing: snipers don't usually aim for the head.
This is such a masculine
They actually
conversation. I don't even
very
know if I can have it.
Snipers
Like,
are
I
the
don't-
ones who are more specific about trying to do the whole peekaboo, injure you kind of deal.
I saw this wicked video where this guy like peeked from a bunch of rebel, and his like entire chest just became dust. But like he just started walking back, and it was like somehow his fucking body armor like basically stopped the impact of the sniper shot.
Mhm.
But yeah, he was just covered in so much dust, it just blew up his entire body.
Yeah.
What?
Like his
Basically,
entire
a guy
body turned
peeked
into a
out-
mist, but not like a bloody mist. Just like he was covered in so much grime and dust, it was just a smoke screen the moment he got hit.
Oh,
A
that's
dirty,
kinda cool.
dusty man wearing body armor peeked out from around a corner, got shot in the chest by a sniper, and a giant puff cloud of his dirtiness went everywhere, but he survived.
Is the dirtiest soldier in the world.
Yeah, it was funny
Probably
because
an
like,
average
he was
dirty
just kind of
soldier.
standing there for a
Nice.
second, and everyone looks at him and goes,
Yeah, yeah.
and then he just walks back over there to him.
My man has not showered in 17 years. That's the new tactic.
I like to
dude.
imagine that when Ukrainians get like scared or something, they sound like Kurt's kind of like.
What? Who's the return the slab guy? Also, who are
that's
they doing
Putin.
that to?
That's Putin,
Zelensky?
for sure.
Yeah. Return the country.
Yeah.
Or suffer my curse.
Where they go in and encourage the cowardly dogging to Zelensky, just like pointing at him.
Yeah, Zelensky is like Marge,
Marge. Mage.
whatever her name was.
Her name is. Why did you think her name was Mage? You got Marge wrong, and then you went to Mage.
I don't know.
Muriel?
Muriel.
Muriel, yeah. And Eustace Baggs.
Marge is from Simpsons. Dude.
Is it Mage from Simpsons?
Marge.
Mage is just another word for wizard.
Yeah, that's. See,
Maige.
Maige.
Now it just sounds like you're trying to misspell that dirty term for pussy from England.
Oh, minge.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, show us your minge.
Yeah, pop a thumb in me minge.
Are you comfortable eating alone at a sit-down restaurant? People talk about that all the time, like that's uncomfortable.
I
don't give a shit.
I feel like I've only
Yes.
done that a couple of times when I was working at a sit-down
Makes my
restaurant.
anxiety go up.
I do it all the time. I don't give a fuck.
I feel like if I had my cell phone and some headphones, I wouldn't care.
I have never ever felt anxiety doing that because I mean, there's so many scenarios where you're going to be alone going to a restaurant. Like if you're on lunch at work,
There's not really that many scenarios where I'd be alone going to
At
get lunch.
restaurants?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess the real trick is if I'm alone, probably just gonna take the food to go and then go to my house and sit in front of my fucking TV.
Bruh, I love
Yeah.
it's going to be cold by the time you get home.
I mean,
How long is your lunch break?
yeah, like what?
7 hours.
How far away are you driving to get the food? Like,
3 hours. Is there anything more obnoxious than listening to someone else do vocal warm-ups?
No, that is the most
It's
obnoxious.
so
thing.
obnoxious.
yeah, I almost always forget that they're even a thing until I like get backstage on like a performance day for something, and then some asshole inevitably goes, okay, guys, let's do the vocal warm-ups. And it's just like, yep, okay, well,
Yep.
let's just go with whatever he's doing.
What was the one with like the lion, something like Gold Lion or something?
The golden
Yeah, the
lion.
no,
old
it was-
owl always.
Okay, don't do
Meow,
that.
something
Listeners gonna
like-
hate it. No, it was like lion face. It was like something face, then lion face.
Lion face, he, whatever.
Yeah,
something,
Al
huh?
knows what I'm talking about. Now there's 3 of us who are theater kids. Will, how does it feel being a fucking band
I was in
kid?
Oh, you did the theater stuff?
You were a band kid.
My man.
weren't
No, I
you?
wasn't. I was in theater.
Okay.
I
All
did-
4
I
of
did-
us are theater
I did
kids.
band for 1 year and I failed.
I took
Oh,
theater in
world's
7th,
first
8th,
digital
9th, 10th,
tombstone.
11th, and 12th grade. I messed with theater in community college, and then I went to university for
I was in theater.
That's
for
how I
2
know your
years.
wife.
You know my wife?
Really? We're here in high
Yeah,
school together.
they dated.
Yeah.
Oh.
She was friends with Mandy, but I knew her through.
Huh.
Yeah, now literally everybody on the podcast has dated your wife.
No,
Yeah, Will hasn't.
Well, keep
But
telling
I'm-
yourself that.
but I will start soon.
Yeah. Won't take long. Don't worry. We'll get to that.
It's probably a small world kind of shit, you know.
Would you go to Transylvania?
Why not?
Because it's awful.
How do
I
you
mean,
know?
like, what?
What about it?
I mean,
Makes
I
it
could,
awful?
The, like the economy, like you remember Resident Evil,
bro.
Are you basing
No,
everything?
I know.
If I'm
I know
going-
like a dude who the previous channel artist for my channel for a while was from Romania,
Yeah.
and Transylvania is very close to Romania.
It's next door, yeah.
Yeah. So I asked him, like, how is it? And he was like, "You ever played Resident Evil 8?" I was like,
Oh, wow.
"Yeah." He was like,
It's kind of like
most of the country is still like Resident Evil 8. You got to go to a city for it to not be Resident Evil 8.
that. I mean, I've been to Jamaica and Mexico, and they don't have the highest living standards in the world. But like, if you just go to the places tourists go, then yeah, there's gonna
Al,
be
what
fun
about
stuff
you? Would you
do.
go to Transylvania?
Sure.
Yeah, again, I just don't see why not. Like,
I would
I'm sure
go
that there's
hoping to
something.
get bit by a vampire.
I'm sure it's a
I
cheaper
would too.
vacation too.
You know
And,
what?
like,
Probably.
You know, I could probably see some interesting sights, some old castles and stuff like that. I could get some good out of it, and I could try some, Transylvanian.
yeah, but what
foods.
if you were trying to get some bad out of it?
Then I'd
What would you do then?
go to the shitty places.
Go to North Korea. Would you go to North Korea?
Flash my money. Like every foreigner I meet, just flash my money.
Would you
like,
go to North
constantly.
Korea? Would you? Like realistically?
Realistically, no.
Like,
but
I come to
part
you-
of me is curious to see what it would be like over there.
What's like a famous person?
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, if he came up to you right now, he says, "I don't do a good his
I have
voice.
tickets to North.
Yeah, there you go.
paradise.
Would you
and
go?
I, William.
Yeah, but it's
will-
North Korea. Would you go?
Eric, my best friend, you and I were going to North Korea.
All right, Arnold. I don't know why. I guess we'll go hang out with the Kim family for a bit.
Because I love the way that you look without his shirt on.
His apparently
Thanks, Arnold.
Kim Jong Un's sister
I'm gonna
came out.
make it even better.
She came out recently on a press conference, and she said
She came out.
Yeah, she was going to destroy America.
Oh,
Who?
good. Good for
Who
her.
said that?
His
North
sister.
Korea's sister. South Korea. Al, would you go to North Korea?
Why?
Yeah, he'd go to see the K-pop
like for
bands.
like free tickets. You
They
get
Yeah.
don't have.
Arnold Schwarzenegger
Like,
comes
not
to
like
you.
that.
Al, I have free tickets to North Korea.
I mean,
No.
I guess.
what if it was your favorite K-pop band?
Who's
They
the,
wouldn't be there.
They would.
Yeah,
They're
no, they
going
would
to
not.
the first
They
tour.
They
to
would not
North Korea.
willingly be there. They might get kidnapped and forced to perform.
Would you
over
go
there.
save them?
That has happened.
Would you go as
before.
a spec?
Yeah,
ops
what if the Kim Jong Un
Black
family
Ops?
said
Sure,
we're
sure.
only going to send them back to South Korea? if
They're gonna
you
give
come
me
and
Who's
goods,
save
that?
them?"
and
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it.
Who's that old basketball player with the colored hair who's really weird? who was
Dennis
like-
Rodman?
Dennis
Dennis
Rodman.
Rodman.
Yes.
Yeah.
If Dennis Rodman was the one taking me, I feel like I actually would go.
Really?
Because I know I'm going to hang out with the actual Kim family and
Yeah.
have like just the nicest things. It would essentially, even though there's nothing for me in North Korea, this would be the equivalence of a cruise or a resort because there's nothing to see there, but I'm going to get the nicest shit.
What if
Like I'm going to be
okay,
pampered the entire time I'm there. And that I'm okay with.
Okay,
Like,
you accept,
high
but
quality steaks, wine, shit like that. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Hang out with Dennis Rodman's weird ass.
okay, you accept, but you have a week or two before you go. Do you start
Okay.
looking up facts about basketball?
Because you've got to, I mean, like, that's what Kim's into.
Yeah, like, are you going to start looking up facts about basketball?
Yeah, so you can, like, have something to talk about over dinner. Are you worried that at dinner you'll get a fact wrong and then he'll get mad?
Yeah, like, are you starting to look up facts about basketball? Like, when if
You think
know
he's
you're
gonna?
going?
Yeah, because that's a big thing you have to consider here. If you have dinner with Kim Jong Un,
If you
and his
fuck
family,
around with Kim, he might send you the camps.
yeah, you get a question wrong, or he like just starts to not like you as much. Like you laugh really loud. What if he just does not like how you laugh?
Well, I'm fucked then. All
Yeah,
right.
it just pisses him
I mean,
But
off.
like that's the question.
You could
are you
hypothetical
going
this
to,
all day long.
I know, but like that's
but
scary.
what we're
If-
asking is, are you going to tailor some of your conversation to suit him?
I mean, I do that with normal people.
No, but like you don't go out. I bet anything you don't like see. Like you think on
Maybe
the
you
podcast,
don't, Will.
and you're like, oh, I'm going to look up
Will's ass looking on the phone during
dragon
the podcast.
porn for Patrick, and
Yeah.
that's how we're going to relate. I'm saying, like,
I
are you
mean,
going to look up
kinda.
basketball facts so you can relate to Kim Jong Un?
Like when I hang out around rednecks, I talk about guns more because I know that I'll be able to relate to what they have to say more.
How are you going to
know.
relate to Kim Jong Un?
I love our conversations
that's a
about
good-
dragon porn, Eric.
That's a good question. Yeah, I can talk to Patrick about dragon
I
porn.
appreciate
can talk to you
How
about
are you-
military history.
How are you going to
know.
relate to Kim Jong Un?
That's a good question. What topics would I talk with Kim
So
Jong-un
I hear
about?
you like having all of the food. I also like having food.
I hear you don't have a butthole.
Yeah.
That's
That
true.
you're so efficient that your body just uses all of the food.
Mm-hmm.
Like, is that true?
Yes.
Could I see?
That's how I got executed in North
Yeah.
Korea.
Can
Is
I
it-
see your?
Can I see
butthole?
your non-butthole?
They throw you out a window, just smash cut you flying out of the top window.
This is a
The interview was a good movie.
This is
Yeah.
a time trial and
It was,
defenestration
actually.
here. That's what we're doing.
I don't. Would you go to North Korea for the bit? Like we're gonna film a vlog.
No, realistically, absolutely not.
you're like no.
That's the kind
if
of
we're
shit.
going
That's
there,
some Johnny Somali ass shit
Yeah.
right there. I am not purposefully going somewhere people do not want me to be and making an ass of myself. No,
Okay.
absolutely not. Because
What about you, Will?
No,
Would
not-
you go to North Korea
not-
with me for the bit? We could film a
Are you
vlog.
are you gonna act
for the
like you do
vine,
on
man,
the
it's for the
podcast?
vine.
What?
Are you gonna act like you do on the podcast?
Yeah, dude, the whole
No,
time.
You were going to
put
get
it in
killed.
kill.
Yeah.
You were absolutely
You're
going
gonna
to
The
get
whole
killed.
time, dude. I'm just.
Nah, I
I'm
bet you
Patrick on the-
anything Patrick would be like he was at the gala, just like don't fucking say shit to these people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was at a gala with Patrick a few nights ago. And
Yeah.
we were just meeting a lot of rich people.
Yes.
And he just kept saying to me, "Don't fucking fuck this up.
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
say shit to these people."
Yeah, I'm actually really mean off the podcast. I'm wildly aggressive.
Yeah,
and-
when he's around the aristocrats.
yeah,
Yeah, he turns on his
Yeah.
puts his aristocrat mask on
I
and
do.
starts spitting on poor people.
One drunk rich lady like pointed at a little dick on the ground. It was like, "Look at that! Look, it's a little dick."
she did. Like, yeah. So there was like, let me give you a little bit more.
Why was there all we need? That's all.
It's like, why was there a little dick on the ground?
Yeah, let me give you a
What
little
is
more
happening here?
context.
It
It was
the
a
rich people eating
concrete
poor people's
sidewalk.
genitals. Is
It was
that
a
what's going on?
concrete sidewalk, and where they had poured the concrete, someone had drawn a penis into the concrete.
Okay.
Not there was a tiny,
No, that was
a
Penis
tiny
on the
cut
ground.
off penis. on the
Who
ground.
dropped their penis? Who dropped this
It's-
tiny
yeah,
penis?
yeah, no wonder. He's
It's like you
man is
see
so
like one guy
embarrassed.
like looking sideways, like, oh shit.
He's
Like I
bleeding
want my penis
profusely
back, but
from
now
his-
I have to claim the tiny one. Oh, damn it.
He's bleeding profusely from his crotch.
He's like, no, it wasn't me.
Yeah.
It wasn't me. I got a huge dick. I have a huge dick. This is unrelated. This blood here is unrelated. I have a huge dick. That is not mine. Nope.
Did you guys ever see that video of like the schoolroom and it's a teacher and in her whiteboard it has edging circled and crossed out and she's just saying,
Yeah.
I won't even blame you. I won't even blame you. But stop edging in my class.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
What was the context?
Someone was edging in her class.
Really?
Must
Really?
have been. Why would she do that?
I feel like edging
I'd
could
do it.
also refer to like arts and crafts and like certain
Oh,
like
in what
computer
way?
things.
Sitting on the edge of your seat.
No,
you
like
could-
edging, like as in like cutting off or smoothing
You
off
mean
the edges
etching?
on something. No, that's just putting.
Hold
like,
on, if I
things
just Google
into
edging
something.
in class, what comes?
I would not, but okay.
Yeah.
Hopefully college related material.
Yeah. Establish
How to
norms about
edge in class
inappropriate-
and get away
Oh,
with it.
it's a normal thing that r/teachers has it as a topic.
Does anyone actually edge in
Click
class?
on it. Click on it.
I mean, I'm sure. Did
I
you
use
guys
Chrome.
not-
Someone said.
I've known
Yeah.
of kids who were masturbating in class before, so I don't see why a specific
It's crazy.
type of masturbating would be off limits.
Because it takes forever.
Well, yeah, but you can also do it more subtly.
Can you?
Maybe. This guy did. Well, I say that, but he got caught, so I guess he didn't.
Yeah, apparently it's just like a meme amongst teenagers to ask their teachers like if they know if they edge, do they know what edging is?
Yes. That's like that time someone went around with a T-shirt with a little kid with a bunch of octopus costume on, with panties at the end of every tentacle, and it said, "Look, Mom, I'm hentai."
Yeah.
But this was like 2004 Mississippi high school, so the only way to call him out for that would be to call yourself out that you know what hentai is.
yeah,
So
pretty much.
nobody could
Pretty
call
much.
him out on it, except there was one person who did call him out on it. It was the art teacher, but she was really weird anyway. So all she did was laugh at it.
Oh, that'll be me, dude. That'll be me when I finally give up this career and I become a teacher.
Is this a career?
Yeah, this is a career.
Yeah, I hope
This is a
I hope
career.
you're ready for your evaluation.
I feel like
Yes.
a
It is
career.
I'm gonna
coming
give
up.
you a 17-cent raise.
Yeah, I was gonna say I feel like career is something after job, and I
Whoa.
feel like I don't make money doing this.
Eric's
Yeah.
gonna be making 17 cents.
Yeah. I'm gonna go to
Is
North.
that my
I'm gonna-
pay now?
That's
Do I
what I'm
make
paying you to go to
17
North
cents an hour?
Korea, dude.
No, we're
That's
not
You're
getting,
getting paid to go to
no,
North
no,
Korea.
you're not getting paid by the hour. That's yearly. That's your
Yeah.
salary.
Wow,
We don't make enough ad money for that.
Well, this has been the Anything Cast. I'm Patrick.
I love you.
I'm Al.
I love you too.
Thank you.
Now kiss. Al just took his headphones off.